Well, they said it couldn't be done. 4 games in a day, but we're going to prove all the odds wrong. We have a quadruple header for you here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. The sun is out, the birds are chirping, and we're here to bring you FBA basketball bright and early. Jesse O, that's Alvin Delvey. And Alvin, we're going to start off our day with 2 teams that play completely different styles of basketball, the Pride and the Brevard Bobcats. What you got for me?
So definitely Brevard is going to have the upper hand in this game. They just got to continue doing what they're doing. They have a win in their last game versus the Mighty Oaks, 118-113. So they played a lot of close games. They played a lot of great teams versus the Pride, who have not won one yet. So they're trying to find a way to get in a win column. Let's see how they do that tonight.
So the Bobcats win the toss. Sherrod Dean, a quick 3 to start off things, is off the front iron. The starting lineup for the Brevard Bobcats: Lucius McKay running the point up top, joined by Darius Clark. Sherrod Dean down low. Trey Thompson and Jace Hogan rounding out the blocks, and a shot made off the backboard. The bank is good by Allende Blackman. So, starting lineup. The starting lineup for the Pride is going to be Richard Branch, Brian Brown, James Nicholson-L, Greg St. Remy, and Allende Blackman. And Blackman goes to the line after making his first shot of the game, which was a bank shot in. The kid from Haines City, Florida, misses his first free throw of the game, but it's a 2-0 ball game. A pump fake by Clark out beyond the arc, now into Dean, and Dean from the right block throwing up a little floater. No good, and the rebound brought down. Here it goes the other way. Bounce pass left, Branch, catch and shoot, off front iron. And Clark the rebound, and Clark going the other direction, and a blocking foul on Branch, his first of the game.
Both of these two teams have 2 completely different identities, as we stated before. The Brevard Bobcats do a great job of putting points on the board and really pushing things offensively, whereas the Pride struggle to do so. They're averaging about 90 points a game versus the Bobcats, who are averaging about 113 points per game. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Pride can slow down this offensive juggernaut that's the Brevard Bobcats, and if they can go tit for tat with the Bobcats. It's the Bobcats' game to lose in this one.
So here's the inbound. Now up top. McKay lost the handle of it. And Nicholson-L almost went right into our scoreboard and my computer, and I need that to watch things later. Watch the recap. Thompson off balance, tried to get it off, and a shot clock violation, didn't hit the rim.
That's a good possession by the Pride right there, forcing a shot clock violation for the Bobcats. They're going to need to string together a lot of possessions like that, but it's going to be very hard to do so. This Brevard team is having one of the top leading scorers in Jace Hogan, averaging about 35 points per game, and the whole offense as a whole really runs well.
So here's Clark, out beyond the arc, guarded by Blackman, and so we see the Pride in the man-to-man defense, and that's one of the differences I was talking about earlier, is Blackman swats that one away and Jace Hogan's off the mark. But the Pride play this man-to-man defense, whereas Brevard likes their zone defense, and then on offense, the Pride kind of hang out beyond the arc, and the Bobcats tend to try to get inside, and there's a stolen ball. Trey Thompson, a pass right side. Dean has Lucius McKay open left side corner, cross court, and out of bounds, the pass from Hogan.
One thing, another tale of the tape is going to be turnovers. Brevard forces a lot of turnovers. You have Lucius McKay and Jace Hogan averaging both 3.4 turnovers, steals a game, and everyone really has an average of steal per game. On the Pride, they're averaging about 20 turnovers a game, so that's going to be playing right into the Bobcats' hands.
The Bobcats take that one away. Nicholson-L right back from the free throw stripe. Makes the shot. It's a 4-0 ball game.
Great job by Nicholson-L getting to his spot and releasing that one. He's feeling good so far.
So, with 9:46 left to go in the first quarter, we're going to take a break from our broadcast here real quick. It's a 4-0 ball game. The Bobcats are trailing so far. 4-0, still the score. 9:45 left to play in the first. Here's McKay up top, bringing the ball up the floor. He's the traditional point guard, guarded out beyond the arc by Branch. Now a pump fake by Clark, going right side, dribbling in, spinning into the lane, and making the bank shot.
Strong move right there.
A 4-2 game. A nice shot taken down low. Ball stolen away by Clark. The pass ahead from Dean to Hogan, who loves that left block shot. Ball tipped around. Here's Clark inside, out to Hogan, left wing three, just off the mark, and Branch the rebound.
We're seeing a very stout defensive game so far. We can't even get an entry pass into the middle of the court, which is the weak part of a zone, because the two top men on that zone do a great job of forcing the steal on Blackman, and on the other end, Blackman reaching his hands. So it's great defensive possession by both teams.
Nicholson-El, a pump fake, a bounce pass right side. Branch from 10 feet out.
Great shot. Getting into a spot, being comfortable enough to knock it down.
McKay over left side, the bounce pass to Thompson, and Thompson backing in on St. Remy, up with the right hand, and he kind of sky-hooked it off the backboard, but he got it to go.
Great take by Trey Thompson. He has the best resume on this team, 3-time All-Conference, 2-time All-American. He knows what to do with the basketball.
Nice pass there from Greg St. Remy, going the other direction, 8:14 left to play in the first. A 6-4 ball game. Pride still on top by 2. One team foul apiece for both teams. Here's Clark, right wing, out beyond the arc still, picks up his dribble, now throws it to the right. 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Going underneath and driving in with the left hand is Lucius McKay for his first 2 points.
Beautiful, beautiful drive by McKay, getting to the rack, and a nice little up and under, getting that up and in. McKay's going to have himself a great game today.
6-6. Now the score, we're all tied up. Brown on the left side, now back up top, spinning in on McKay, now passes over to the right. Nicholson-El, a 3 right wing, good! Big
shot by Nicholson-El. And early in pregame, you see him getting up a lot of shots. He's very fluid right now. Look to see him expand his range a lot this game.
Right up top, McKay. That one just rims out. A 3-point game. The Pride up 9-6. 7:05 to play in the first. Blackman, a few dribbles in, going up over Thompson, and that one just got an unlucky bounce off the rim. Looks kind of like double rim action there.
Definitely.
And now here comes McKay up top for the Bobcats, trailing by 3. Throws it left side. Sherrod Dean out beyond the arc. Now Hogan. Hogan, the second leading scorer in the league behind Brandon Moss, who we will see later. A missed shot by Thompson. He couldn't get both of those to go. 6.5 to play. Nicholson-El going the other direction.
That's a tough possession because they have, interesting enough, they have Blackman, which is the biggest man on the court. They have him at the top of the zone, and right there, as Nicholson-El banks home that nice mid-range jumper, they have Blackman at the top, which gives Trey Thompson another possession at the board, so offensive boards are going to suffer when they have the big man up top.
McKay from one step to the right. Up top, no good. 11-6, a 5-point lead. Here's Brown bringing the ball up the floor, and now throws it. No, they'll say it was tapped off of the Bobcats.
That's a great job by pressuring the ball handler by Lucius McKay. Really getting into that, and even though he touched it, letting them know that you have to take care of the basketball in this game.
So here comes the inbound from the right side of the basket. A quick inbounds, and St. Remy puts it through his first 2 of the game.
Great play call by Coach Ford.
7-point lead. Hogan dancing around up top, trying to get past Brown, and he is fouled as he goes up towards the basket.
And it's interesting to see how both teams are trying to match what's going on. So you see a zone on one end by the Bobcats, which is what they typically run. And now you see the Pride, who typically run a man-to-man, switch to a zone. And they've done a good job in this zone. Now they have the correct guys in the correct spots. Let's see if they can hold out one more time.
Clark has that one blocked out beyond the arc by Blackman. Blackman playing hard defense out. And Hogan likes those shots from inside, but couldn't get that one to fall. Still a 5-point lead for the Pride. Full court pass down low and cut off by Sherrod Dean, so a turnover on St. Remy. And now the Pride steal that one right back. Blackman down low. And he couldn't get that one to fall, but he gets fouled.
That's just a good job by both teams hustling, trying to get something going. Didn't work out, but Blackman staying true to it and getting himself an attempt at the free throw line. And Blackman isn't the best free throw shooter, shooting at about 33%, but he does a great job for them defensively. As you see, getting a couple blocks. He has a steal early on in this game. He does a lot for them defensively. He's like the glue, the centerpiece, and right now has the best height advantage. Let's see if he can get active early on in this game and give his team a chance to get in the win column.
So Blackman shooting 33% from the free throw stripe and just under 5 points per game, had 11 in their last game, which was a loss to the Tide, 97-93. He was 5 of 14 from the field, but he split his free throws in that game, 1 of 2, and he makes both of them there. Had 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, and only 1 turnover. So a good game for Blackman last game in their loss to the Tide, 97-93. And Blackman now has 4 in this game. A turnover, and Blackman a block down low, saved from going out of bounds. And Hogan makes the shot down low in his first 2 points of the game. Come with under 5 minutes left to play in the first. Very uncharacteristic of Hogan.
So Blackman showing his worth on that one, getting that block, but that just goes to show the tenacious mental approach that Bobcats have, fighting for that board and getting it up and in.
So Aubrey Daniel off the mark this game so far. He was the leading scorer for them in their last loss. And a misthrown pass down low from Hogan to Thompson.
This is very interesting, Jesse. You have the Pride up early in this game, and typically when it's an underdog team, your goal is to keep it a close game or stay on top until the third quarter, second half, because the team that is typically supposed to win, they're going to start soul searching, and that's when you have your advantage. So right now, the Pride are doing a great job of maintaining this lead and just frustrating the Bobcats enough. You saw it right there with Jace Hogan's turnover.
Blackman a few dribbles in, now over right side to Mitchell. Daniel down low from the left block, blocked by Hogan. Thompson going the other direction, full speed, has that one cut off by Person. So Aaron Person gets the steal with 4 minutes left to go. Person trying to go coast to coast, couldn't get it to fall. Daniel the rebound, and back out beyond the arc to Alex Ford. And now St. Remy slowing things down with 12 seconds on the shot clock. St. Remy guarded out beyond the arc by Dean. Now Blackman sets the screen. St. Remy from right up top, and it's an air ball on the 3.
That was definitely a heat check, but it's very cold in this gym, so there's not a lot of heat. Not hot, but great defensive possession by Brevard on that one. Jace getting a block and just forcing a tough shot right there.
Hogan on the right wing, switching his dribbles on Daniel and gets inside and puts it through, and part of the net actually just broke a little bit.
That's the Jace Hogan we're used to, getting a nice little dribble and getting it up and in. Right there you see him gas the layup, and basketball rules may apply.
Dean the pass right to Moore. Dexter Moore in the game, throwing it up off balance, and Greg St. Remy might have gotten a piece of that one. And Harriet down low, he gassed the free throw, or excuse me, not the free throw, the layup. And now a fight for the ball down low, recovered by Harriet. So Kemar Harriet's got to come up with something. Ford hits a 3 from the right wing. And so a timeout taken on the floor. 18-10 with 3 minutes left to play. It looks like some fire already coming out for the Pride.
Unbelievable.
under 3 minutes to play in the first. 18-10 ball game. Hogan out beyond the arc, dribbling right on Harriet. Now throws it to the left. More Clark, good ball movement. Clark trying to get inside, over and under. And Hogan gets it to fall.
Great job by Hogan, just taking advantage of the fact that there are no real big men in the game. So both teams going small ball. Hogan able to get that one to go.
Shot missed down low there. And Harriet to rebound. Daniel to St. Remy, straight away. And he's off the mark on that one. That one tipped around down low and put through. 5 points now for Alex Ford down low.
Beautiful job by Harriet, tipping that to his teammate, getting him the bucket.
20-12, an 8-point lead for the Pride. So now under 2 minutes as the clock is ticking down, coming towards the end of the first quarter. Clark inside, and the rebound by Mitchell. So here's a fast break for the Pride. 2 players caught back for the Brevard Bobcats. And who else but Aubrey Daniel to put it through. From St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, Aubrey Daniel with 31 points last game. Shot 2 of 3 from beyond the arc and was almost perfect from the free throw stripe and grabbed 11 boards in their loss to the Tide. So he's on the board and his team leads by 10. 1:30 to play in the first. Thompson from right up top. 1 step in from beyond the arc, and he missed a very long 2. Daniel, other side, down to the right block, and a foul on the shot.
I just love the basketball that Aubrey Daniels is playing. He's taking exactly what the defense is giving him, and in that one, you saw him attack a seam and dish it to his main man who's cutting in Ford, and now you see him get another attempt at the free throw line. Aubrey Daniels is the star of this Pride team. Now he's just going to have to put the team on his back and continue playing how he's played.
Ford from the stripe is off the mark.
So Alex Ford typically splits his free throw, but he does a great job defensively. He's averaging about 2.5 steals per game, so he is their defensive centerpiece. However, offensively, just leaves a little bit to be desired. However, this game has just started. He could possibly blow.
So Ford clanked both of the free throws out.
So that's definitely tough. However, he's going to get a lot of chances to get back to the stripe. We want to see him get aggressive offensively, and they do a great job of getting guys cutting to the basket, as you see him do right now. Hopefully he'll get another attempt and knock those down.
Harriet off to the left side, and the pass ahead to Moore. Moore to Dean up top. And he's off the front iron. A fast break for the Pride. It's a 3-on-2. Daniel down low. Euro steps into the lane up with the left hand. And Person pulls down the rebound. They got a second chance. 1 step in from beyond the arc. On the right side. Nice shot by Person.
Person doing a good job getting a little step back action. Getting nice rhythm dribble, nice rhythm shot. Giving them a comfortable 12-point lead.
Hogan's fouled on the far side.
Right now, you see the frustration of Brevard, not used to scoring this little bit of points. They're averaging 113 points per game. So them scoring 12 points in the first quarter is very uncharacteristic. Kind of have to give flowers to the Pride on their defense.
Byron Thompson Jr. And he'll save the rebound from going out of bounds. Hogan from 1 step in front of the free throw stripe. Couldn't get that one to fall. And now here's Person going the other direction. 13 seconds left to go in the first. Pride by 12. Ford out beyond the arc, guarded by Clark, and down low he is fouled.
Ford has a nice handle on him. Nice move getting to the basket. Really want to see him get more aggressive in this game. He has the ball on a string.
2.9 seconds to play in the first. 14 fouls now on the Bobcats, so 1 more, and the Pride are in the bonus. Daniel down low, and they wave off his second shot. But still, the Pride coming out strong in the first quarter, and they've held the Bobcats to their lowest scoring first quarter of the whole season. So we'll see what Brevard has when we return in just a second for a lot more basketball here in Game 1 of the quadruple header here in the FBA.
World where one girl goes on endless adventures, gives you unbelievable toy unboxings, does insane food challenges, and plays way too much Roblox. It's Elle's Adventures. Subscribe now. Do it. Why not?
Holy cow, it's Nova Rex, the 80s legends. I want the keto. I want the double Diablo.
Cheddar bacon.
I'll take a double cheeseburger with extra cheese. To go! Here you go, boy. Hey guys, I play a little guitar myself. How about me joining the band? Show us what you got, man. What's up, dudes? What do you think?
Yeah, man, it's pretty good, but you need more hair.
But the Booyah burgers were great.
Booyah burgers rock!
Okay, so we're back here for the second quarter of action in Alvin. Let's talk about the Pride real quick as they have the lead by 12. They couldn't pull out a close one in their last game against the Tide. As always, they step on the accelerator at the beginning of the game, which is what I'm a little wary about here. And they have the lead in that game going into the second quarter as Jace Hogan gets a steal and puts it through. And now he's got 8 points, but the Pride had the lead going into the second quarter of last game against the Tide, and then they shot an abysmal 27% from 3 and missed a few key free throws at the end, but shot 36% from the field. And they ended up losing that one right at the end, and a tough loss for them, but they had too many fouls in the third and fourth quarter with 8 and 10 in both of those, so a lot of free throws. 3 shots for the Tide in that one.
So talking about the Pride, they do a great job, like you said, coming out strong. However, they have never seen a lead as big as this one we're watching this morning. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can maintain this lead. However, Brevard typically comes out lackluster. They come out a little slower, and then they pick it up in the later games. So these are the two teams that are going to be at each other's necks in the third quarter. I feel like the third quarter is going to be the biggest quarter because both teams are going to have to figure out a way to win. And the Pride did a great job coming out early on. However, they've lost all of their games, and most of those were close. And the Brevard Bobcats have come out and pulled out some very tough games, like the one they played versus the Mighty Elks, 118-113, only a 5-point game, and they won that game in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, whereas the Pride typically lose their games in the fourth quarter. So it's going to be interesting to see who can pull this one out down the stretch.
And you mentioned the Bobcats last game against Gainesville that they did win 118-113. They were down at the half against the Mighty Oaks by 1 point, but were able to make a late push to beat them, and it helped that they shot over 45% from the field in those third and fourth quarters, which kind of contributed to their late game run. And they shot a little better than their season average from 3 at 29% and made 69% of their free throws to propel them to a victory there. Down low, Hogan the second chance, Dean a third time, and Blackman pulling down a strong rebound, but the outlet passes off. Dean the steal, and Dean the foul as he puts the shot through. Unbelievable. What a turnover by the Brevard Bobcats to create a second chance basket there. Actually, that was more like 4 chances.
But that's all just a testament to how the Bobcats play. So Blackman gets the board finally, but when he gets it, he's getting harassed. There's two guys on him, and when he tries to clear out space and find a guy to pass it to, Dean attacks the alley and steals it and gets another one up and in, and now he has an and one opportunity. Sherrod Dean is the same guy who hit that huge three in the first of Mighty Elks to give them their last run late in the game. So Sherrod Dean knows how to show up for his team, and you saw that right there.
Sherrod Dean with 18 points, 8 of 15 from the field. But look at this guy up top. Deshaun Beltre, who we didn't get to see last week, already coming into the game and hitting a three. They're up by 9. Dean down low, couldn't get that one to fall, and Blackman pulls down the rebound.
And going back to Beltre, he's averaging about 8 points per game, and they really missed him as Elliott Jr. slashes to the lane, getting it up and in, and they're going on a nice little run here.
The steal by St. Remy, and he is fouled to prevent an easy basket there. So the lead up to 11, 10-15 left to play in the second quarter now, and it's a little break in the action.
I really like how the Pride have really taken this game very serious. You see them change up their approach on that possession. You see them attacking and playing a three-quarter court press, and they're doubling the ball handlers. So did a little soul searching in their last game and doing a great job of figuring out what's working, and so far it has been working. Now their caveat is, can they do it in the second half when it really matters and when Brevard starts playing more like how they're accustomed to playing?
Branch a little pump fake, he has a fake pass. Daniel has that one tapped away, and it goes out of bounds. It's off Daniel's hands. Kind of like a play we saw yesterday when we were watching the Clippers and the Suns play. A little tap off the hands and out of bounds.
Definitely. That's something that is interesting because the rule of it is one way, but then the game should be played another way. So there's a little discrepancy there, but the refs are doing a great job.
Hogan jamming it home. Jace Hogan with 10 points. And now the second leading scorer in the league, starting to look more like himself, seemed a little bit uncomfortable in that first. Daniel down low, blocked by Hogan. And Hogan saying, no sir, I'll do it on both ends.
Jace Hogan coming alive defensively. This is his second block of the game. You see him taking on a couple of different challenges. It is interesting to see him get more involved offensively. And in the second half, I just know he's going to blow up.
The turnaround jumper by St. Remy, the rebound by McKay. Pushing in transition with that Jordan headband. Out beyond the arc, guarded by Daniel. And an offensive foul is... Somebody tried to cheat over a screen. It was to Brian Reynolds.
So he got caught on the moving screen, stuck his leg out just a little bit, trying to make sure he got his man. Got stung for it. But Reynolds, interesting enough, he wants his own show on Animal Planet. So typically you see people with their dreams and it looks one way, and his dream is to be on Animal Planet, kind of taking a Steve Irwin approach. So very interesting fact about Reynolds.
I love that.
Great steal by McKay.
McKay, the other direction, in on St. Remy, throwing it up off balance. Reynolds, the second chance. And St. Remy pulling down the rebound. He'll throw it ahead to Daniel. Daniel running on the far side, the bounce pass left corner. Branch lining it up, a toe was on the line. That won't be a three. And McKay the rebound. So some fast-paced offense here by the Bobcats. Now McKay looking left, setting up a three, going strong! There's Cody Hendricks. His first three of the game. He's on the board. It's a 6-point game. The Pride's still up.
Hendricks was an all-star in both football and basketball in high school, and right there giving his team a little push to bring them to 6-point deficit. And how you see it, you're starting to see Brevard starting to play like Brevard, and the Pride starting to play like the Pride.
Hogan down from the left block is fouled.
Very aggressive.
So Jace Hogan now goes to the line. Last game had 38 points in their victory over Gainesville.
He just gets buckets. That's what he does. He comes on, he puts his shoes on, laces up his pants, and gets buckets. Right there, it looks like an air ball, but it wasn't. He Nailed
And that's
it.
broken.
Yeah,
he broke the net on one of his shots today. Already.
Just breaks the net. That's what he does.
So if we see Brandon Moss later in the flight game, who do we think has more points today, Hogan or Moss? Because they're neck and neck. Hogan's 35 points per game, and Moss is around 39.
Wow. But the thing is about the team that Brandon Moss is playing in the Claremont Crocs, they have a couple of guys. They're based on defense. So you have the Luna Twins come in there. They do a great job defensively, good fiery couple, and they do a great job defensively. That's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be close, though.
Stay tuned for our Sunday night game of the week, and the bank shot is made down low by Aaron Mitchell. 24 points for the Bobcats. Make that 27! A big three by Cody Hendricks. He's got 6.
And man, oh man, letting it fly. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, and the bench is loving it. Hendricks is having himself a game.
St. Remy to Daniel, and Daniel inside, swatted away, and a foul.
Look at that raw emotion. You love to see it. Reynolds got his hand in there, and he felt all ball, and he's letting the ref know how he feels. Very passionate guy. You see Brevard, they galvanize. They do a great job as a team playing stout defense. They have great chemistry. It's a great culture that Coach Miller has instilled in them, and you see that bleeding over into the court, and you see them that reflect in their record. Aubrey Daniel, however, is no slouch. He plays for the national team in the Virgin Islands, plays very good basketball. You see him as the star of this team, averaging 22 points per game and 10 rebounds as well, putting in on the defensive side as well, averaging about 2 steals per game. So a real superstar for the Pride, and right there you see why. Getting to the bucket, getting to the stripe, and knocking them down.
How about Jace Hogan on the other side? Now Jace Hogan with 14 points. I mean, we talk about Jace Hogan a lot, but, 38 points, kind of an understatement. Greg St. Remy, a nice shot from the left elbow.
Great basketball here. Nice little stretch of both sides making great baskets.
5-point game. McKay out beyond the arc, guarded by Daniel. Now goes left. Switches up his dribble. Right lane. Spinning down low. Finds Thompson. One dribble and puts it through.
That play was made by McKay. Being able to stay strong and be very poised in that situation and finding the cutting Trey Thompson to get it up and in. Great job by McKay and Thompson.
McKay going the other way. Now dribbles in, down low, up with the left hand. Thompson the rebound, one more dribble, and he's so good at those one dribbles, getting some separation and room, and now it's a 1-point game off the 2-point basket from Thompson.
One thing about Trey Thompson is he's going to get his rebound. Great job doing what he does.
Mitchell, other side with a kind of easy lay-in. Now got 4 points, and the lead is back up to 3 for the Pride with 6 minutes to play in the second.
Mitchell is another one of the guys for the Pride that gets it done offensively.
Down low, Hendricks to Hogan from 10 feet. That one bounces around and won't go through. Hogan the rebound. Hogan blocked the second time. And a whistle.
So Greg doing a great job of getting that initial block. Looked to me like he may have gotten ball on that one, on that second one as well, but ref felt there was a little contact, called him for it. We'll see what Jace Hogan does with this attempt at the free throw line. Jace Hogan does a solid job from the line, shooting 80%, so he's not someone you want to send to the free throw line because he eats from there. He knows how to get it up and in.
So Hogan, in the last game that they played, was 9 of 11 from the free throw stripe and was so close to a double-double. Obviously, we mentioned his 38 points, but the 9 rebounds were key, 7 assists, so he kind of is everywhere on the floor. And he's a top 5 rebounder in the FBA as well as the second leading scorer. And he likes his shots down on the blocks. And his team now trailing by 2.
Very interesting substitution. You see Blackman come in, and Shaq Seville makes his debut in this game. So that is going to be a very interesting matchup. You have both Shaq Seville in, and you have Trey Thompson. So a lot of beef for Brevard. Expect a lot more offensive boards.
Hogan with 16 points. The Pride by 1. Daniel dribbling in, right side, Person corner 3. St. Remy tried the putback and couldn't get it to fall. A fight for the rebound. Look at this fight. St. Remy coming away strong. Blackman free throw line extended. Tipped around and Trey Thompson the rebound. And Trey Thompson pulling down almost 10 rebounds per game. He's so close to averaging a double-double on the season. Shaq Seville. And Coach MJ Miller is going to call for a timeout. He's the youngest coach and owner in the FBA. His team trailing by 1 with with not too much time left to go in the second. .5:15 to go in the second. The lead is by 1.
And on that one, a little premature timeout. However, he had some things he wanted to discuss with his team. But look at that matchup. There's going to be some instances where Shaq Seville is going to be guarded by Greg St. Remy, and that's going to be perfect for them.
And you know what? We'll give Shaq Seville a pass on that one because Hogan rose up and used the backcourt, and he, like we say, loves the shots down from the left block. He's a lefty shooter. And now Jace Hogan with 18 points and the first lead of the ballgame for the Bobcats. Down low, a turnover by the Pride. And now Thompson going the other direction. Thompson double teamed over on the far side and knocked out of bounds by the Pride.
But just look at that defensive possession. You see Trey Thompson gets into a corner, which is not where you want to be as a ball handler, and then they immediately come, rotate, and be aggressive on that double team, forcing the ball out of bounds. The Pride have a new sense of pride, actually, coming into this game. They really want to get their way, not to a stripe in that win column.
A kick ball on the fourth by the Pride. So the Pride came in to this game at 0-5, so still one of the only teams in the league with no win, and Brevard came in at 3-2 off a big victory against the Gainesville Mighty Oaks. So the Pride, and even if their warm-up looked a little bit different in this game, working a little bit more together, they kind of changed their whole routine, so maybe a new-look team as Greg St. Remy hits a shot from the left elbow.
Very low-scoring game for both of these teams. However, it's only a one-point game. We had a change of possession, so it's going to be nice to see how they go tit for tat coming down the second quarter.
Up top, here's Clark dribbling in, the give off to Thompson, the one dribble, and he becomes so good down low and is just so good at seeing the movement of the defenders around him. Great side of the floor by Trey Thompson, whose team now leads by 1. He's got 8 points and an offensive foul.
That's huge for the Pride, because right now the Bobcats just got a bucket, and you do not want to see the Bobcats go on a run, because when it rains, it pours for the Bobcats. They have a lot of high IQ guys in Trey Thompson, one that we just witnessed. He does a great job of realizing where the defense is shifting and just creating a nice lane to cut through, and his guys are always looking. Everyone wants to share the basketball, and you see what that does. Great take.
Left side, no good, and the rebound on the far side by Person. So Person with a 1-point deficit for the Pride, and a timeout taken by Coach Jason Ford, who's going to need to talk some things over. His 0-5 team needs to come up with a little bit of a run here and finish the second quarter with some momentum.
fries and shakes Oviedo Mall. Best burger you'll ever eat. It's worth the drive.
Coming out of this break, we're going to need to see something new from the Pride. They've done a great job of staying in it in this game. Early on, they're only down 1. However, this is where they need to go on a run. It's a little lag on both sides. The Bobcats are doing a good job starting to make some things happen. So now the Pride needs to match it.
Something about low-scoring games this week. I think the game last night between Phoenix.
Something's in the air.
And yeah, Phoenix and the Clippers is the low-scoring game. We're in the 80s. Now a 39-38 ball game in the second quarter here for two very high-scoring teams. Forward on the left side, the bounce pass into Blackman, and Blackman can't control the pass. That's a turnover on him. Dean the steal. Bounce pass down low. And that one tipped around and stolen back by Ford. Ford in a 1-on-2 in transition. He's got to slow things down. He knew he was not going to be the victor there. He had two Bobcats trailing behind him. Nicholson, hitting a three as his momentum took him in from beyond the arc, but that was a three.
That's what you want to see if you're the Pride. Just being tenacious defensively, turning defense into offense. That's a great job by Ford. Realizing he doesn't have the numbers, pulling it out, and finds the trailing Nicholson L to bang home the trifecta.
That ball stolen away by Ford. So Ford, 2 steals in the last 30 seconds of gameplay. Off the foot of Person, but an offensive foul as McKay hit the deck.
Great job by McKay keeping his feet set. But man, oh man, can we please talk about Alex Ford right now? Doing a great job defensively, robbing Trey Thompson in the middle of his gather and pushing the pace. Got a turnover on that on the opposite end, but Ford has come to play.
(41-39) the score, with 2:38 left to play in the second. So some confusion here on the floor, but it's interesting to kind of see these two teams going head to head, because the Pride now look like a completely different team than what we were necessarily expecting, and the Bobcats still, as always, playing their hearts out, playing good basketball. So maybe a new look Pride team is what the SBA needs.
Definitely. So the Pride coming in and playing how they're playing right now, tenacious on defense and getting good shots up and in. Very interesting. We're not used to seeing that. Look at that defense.
One dribble by Thompson down low, swatted by Blackman, and Blackman the rebound.
Wow, I can barely recognize the Pride. Look at that defensive possession, and look at the board, and now look at them push the face offensively. But they turn it over. So, but that's such a good defensive possession on the opposite end. They're holding Brevard Bobcats to 39 points in the first half. This is very uncharacteristic, and we have to realize the Pride are playing solid defense.
Chase Hogan still with 18 points.
Yeah.
I mean, as usual.
He's the constant for their offense. You know he's going to
Why
drop his
would
bucket.
we expect anything less? A 2-point game, the Pride still have the lead. Quite a few lead changes here in the second quarter, but it was the whole Pride show in the first. McKay coming up the floor against Person. The bounce pass ahead to Clark. And now Clark with a screen from Shaq Seville. Passes left side. McKay for 3. And St. Remy a rebound.
McKay struggled so far this game behind the arc, but you know he's going to make one when it really matters. That's kind of how his game goes.
Catch and shoot on the left side by Person from the mid-range baseline is good.
Wow. Great job finding a seam and hanging out there, and then being ready for the opportunity, knocking home that mid-range jumper.
43-39. Ball taken back by McKay. And look at that steal by Ford. picked up by Blackman, and Blackman is fouled with 1:30 to go in the second.
Wow. Double team is working for the Pride. So now Brevard's have to figure out a way to have a guy open in a visible area so that when they get the double, they have someone or an outlet to get that too. And it's going to have to be, the ball's going to have to move like a hot potato on the offensive end, because anyone dribbles around too much, they're going to get doubled, and it's going to work.
St. Remy the inbounds. St. Remy left side and just strong on the shot, and St. Remy fouls Trey Thompson as he comes down with the rebound.
They're being very aggressive, and right there he gets stung for too much contact. However, the Pride double team has been working. Anytime a ball handler is around that white stripe you see, that volleyball line, they are getting doubled. And if they don't have a quick outlet or somewhere to go with it, it's going to result in a turnover. So now the Bobcats are going to have to be real mindful of what they do with the ball and where their guys are positioned on the court.
St. Remy coming out of the game now with a couple fouls, so they need to keep him around. He's their second leading scorer on the team, so they needed his momentum later on in the game.
Definitely.
Here's McKay. Up top, his team trailing by 4. He'll roll towards the left side, picks up his dribble, now looking right, spinning around, guarded by Nicholson-El, and the ball is turned over. Ford with the steal, but he couldn't hold on to it. McKay grabs it back, the bounce pass down low to Thompson, and Thompson laying it in. And Thompson now with 10 points.
And right there, you see another defensive possession by the Pride. There was nowhere for Lucius to go with basketball. He picked up his dribble, which is, you don't really want to do that because that's exactly what's going to happen. And then the Pride swarmed. However, Bobcats able to turn that messy play into 2 points. And that's something that the Bobcats do very well.
So again, the score 43-41 with under 1 minute to play in the second. Alvin, what have you liked so far from both of these teams, and what do they need to work on?
So definitely really impressed by the Pride. Not used to seeing this tenacious defense and just playing all out, just full send, as you would say. But I really like how Brevard has handled it. They're not, no one's used to seeing this from them. So they just rode the wave. Their stars are shining. Jace Hogan's getting buckets, McKay's getting steals, Trey Thompson's doing what he does, He's getting shots. Everyone's doing what they need to do. However, in the second half, Coach Miller does a great job of getting halftime adjustments, so they'll be ready for them in the second half. But I really like how this game has unfolded so far.
So a good amount of time taking to wipe up the floor, making sure that no one's going to slip and tear an ACL, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, we like that.
43-41, still a 2-point lead for the Pride. Here comes Ford, right up top now, gets past Seville. Down low, blocked by Thompson. Ford trying to create some room, tipped around, and Lloyd recovers it on the rebound. Lloyd double team, left side, Blackman a few dribbles now, right on Seville, pulls up from the left elbow. Nicholson-El on the rebound, throws it left. As McKay almost was able to run away with the steal, but Lloyd regains possession. Lloyd, baseline take, and it's off the backboard. The left side of the backboard at that. Under 25 to play in the second quarter. McKay, left side, cross court. Clark for 3, right wing. And he's off to the left. Blackman the rebound, the football pass ahead to Lloyd. Lloyd catches Dean in the air, and he's able to make this shot. Lloyd doing a good job of drawing the defender in the air. And now Lloyd with his first 2 points of the game. 3 seconds to play in the second. Ball tapped around, and nobody will get a shot off to end 2 quarters of action. But this is the first lead that the Pride have had in a first half of a ball game. They lead by 4, 9:56 left to go for the halftime show, and we'll return in just a second. More basketball on the way. This is game 1 of a quadruple header in our first quadruple Sunday basketball matinee.
At Envy Labs, we build web applications that start with an idea. They move through strategy and need an outside eye ahead of wireframes and technical specifications. There's design and layout and functionality, but there's also performance, things like accessibility and data visualization. It all comes together for what ultimately is a successful launch. Over the past decade, Envy Labs has built platforms that pair things like data and sports or environmental science. We've built technical training platforms around data science and around network administration, and we've bootstrapped and sold our own product. We are a temporary CTO and an outside specialist in strategy, design, and development. It takes a lot to go from idea to launched web application, but it's all right there in our name. Reach out to hello@envylabs.com and let's take a look at your idea together.
Burgers, fries, and shakes Oviedo Mall. Best burger you'll ever eat. It's worth the drive.
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner and streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
World where one girl goes on endless adventures, gives you unbelievable toy unboxings, does insane food challenges, and plays way too much Roblox. It's Elle's Adventures. Subscribe now. Do it. Why not?
Holy cow, it's Nova Rex! The 80s legends! I want the keto. I want the double Diablo.
Cheddar bacon. I'll take a double cheeseburger with extra cheese.
To go! Here you go, boy. Hey guys, I play a little guitar myself. How about me joining the band? Show us what you got, man. What's up, dudes? What do you think?
Yeah, man, it's pretty good, but you need more hair.
But the Booyah burgers were great. Booyah burgers rock!
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner and streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
Well, what a first half we saw here, Alvin. 45-41 the score, and it looks like the Pride are a completely new team this ball game. What you got?
Definitely, and just speaking of Coach Ford, they feel like as long as they stay away from the one-on-one ball we've seen early on and get everyone involved and keep being tenacious on defense, they will be able to pull this game out. And on the other end, obviously Brevard is not happy. Coach Miller is not happy with the way his guys play. He doesn't like the first half in general. He feels like they're in the way of themselves. He feels like as long as they do a good job of getting back to what they usually do, that's attacking seam, playing stout defense, and getting offensive boards, then they will win this game.
So here's the Pride on the other side now. McKay up top. One step in from beyond the arc. And now Daniel the rebound. Daniel going the other direction, dribbling in on Clark. Then it goes out of bounds. So both teams going back with their starters. So the lineups now for the Pride starting the second half of the ball game. Richard Branch up top with Brian Brown, James Nicholson-El, and Greg St. Remy and Allende Blackman rounding things out down low. Lucius McKay, Jace Hogan, Darius Clark, Sherrod Dean, and Trey Thompson will bring things out on the blocks for the Bobcats. Here's Dean, right side, kick ball by St. Remy.
And that's just a good job defensively by the Pride, continuing to do what they've done in the first half, which gave them this lead in the first place.
So keep in mind, St. Remy already with 3 fouls. A little bit of foul trouble as we start the third quarter here.
That's going to happen, though, when you're playing aggressive defense.
McKay, the step back 3 from straight away. And now the Bobcats are trailing by 1.
And that's something we didn't see early on. McKay hit a trifecta right there, letting that bomb go. Hopefully that's going to get his shot going.
Branch lost the handle of it. Trey Thompson steals it away. Thompson running the full extent of the floor and putting it through. The Bobcats now have the lead by 1. Trey Thompson with 12 points. It's a 46-45 ball game. The Bobcats are up.
Love to see that defense by Trey Thompson attacking the seams and running away, knocking it home.
Blackman tried to hit one in the face of Hogan, and Hogan ends up getting that one back on the rebound, and a turnover there by Hogan. Running the other direction is Brown. Brian Brown got too fancy with it, and McKay the steal. A 3-on-2 in transition, down low, and Trey Thompson now with 14 points, and the lead for the Bobcats up by 3.
Beautiful basketball by Brevard, turning that defense into offense and utilizing the numbers they had on that possession.
Branch, one step in rhythm and a complete air ball. McKay the rebound, if we can even call it that. Hogan, other side, he gets past St. Remy, and St. Remy just had to let him run right by. And what a run here to start the third quarter by the Brevard Bobcats. Hogan now with 20 points in the game, and his team is up by 5.
Coming out of this break, it's going to be interesting to see how the Pride can quell this run that the Bobcats has gone on. They need to start putting some points on the board.
St. Remy left side. Nicholson-El dribbling in. The pass over to the right. Branch out beyond the arc. Throws it between the legs of Hogan. Blackman, turnaround jumper. And it's an air ball well off the front side of touching anything. Clark in transition is fouled.
So on the opposite end for the Pride, that was a good look. Just not the result. Little craftsmanship by Branch getting that in there, but man, you got to start finishing if you're the Pride. They have not gotten a bucket to go, and that is partially because Aubrey Daniel was not in the game, getting worked on his ankle on the sideline during halftime. So that's going to be interesting to see if he's actually 100% and if he can deliver as much as he's done so early on in this game.
Ayinde Blackman and James Nicholson-El will have a seat. Aubrey Daniel, who was getting his left leg massage at halftime, is back in. So the leading scorer for the Pride is back in. And it's interesting, their leading scorer doesn't start, Alvin. How often do you see that?
Lou Will, that's the only other time I've seen that. Sixth Man of the Year award, Aubrey Daniels. But it's nice because maybe he likes to watch what's going on and then come in the game knowing what's working, what people struggling. So it's interesting. He's definitely their leading scorer and their star. He makes the most plays for them, averaging a double-double, and he's only going to get better.
Hogan dancing around down low, Thompson, and Thompson's so good from the blocks. Thompson with 16 points, and now the lead for the Bobcats is back up to 7. St. Remy to Brown. Brown, right side. Up top, St. Remy, right wing, and it's off the mark to the left.
You got to give him that ball sooner. That little lull he did when trying to give him the ball gave the defense time to close out. As Jace Hogan smokes it, but Trey Thompson gets the rebound.
And Jace Hogan with the putback got hit in the face, and the whistle on the floor as his team rushes to pick him up. Their leading scorer with 22 for a chance at a three-point play.
And that's one thing about Jace Hogan, just being around him, you realize how much of a leader he is and how much his team respects him. You have, during halftime, they were down versus a team that is defeated. So you don't want to be in that situation. So guys are just, tensions are flaring, passions are boiling over, and you just hear Jace Hogan saying, man, look at the clock. We have a little bit of time in this halftime to get things together. Let's lock back in and get back to doing what we're used to doing. And now you see him exploding to the basket and getting an and one opportunity. So Jace Hogan being a true leader for this Brevard team, and his team is able to rally behind him and his leadership.
A 9-point lead. Now for the Brevard Bobcats, who went into the second quarter and even coming out of halftime, they were losing, and it's one of the first times they've been losing at the half this season. They seem to so dominantly have a stronghold on that second quarter of action, but now they seem to kind of have picked things up in the third. I don't know what Coach MJ Miller said to them, but they kicked themselves into gear. Branch from the left side, just off short from the block. That one tipped around, and Lucius McKay recovering. McKay, left side. Hogan, the shot. And he couldn't make it. So Hogan, it's kind of interesting to see Hogan and Brandon Moss play, because they're guys that kind of dominate from that restricted area, and, restricted area extended out a few feet.
Definitely. And on the Pride, for the last two possessions, are not moving the ball. They're not pushing the ball. They have guys leaking, but the ball handlers aren't looking up. Okay, so now they just did it, and that's what you like to see.
Person will put it through.
I thought he was about to tear the rim off. But that's something that they were struggling with those last two possessions, and it turned out to be two blown opportunities. They had a guy in Branch who was basically in the restricted area for his side, wasn't able to get the ball, turns out to be a miss, and then you had Aubrey Daniel, the very next possession, wasn't able to get it, and then on that one, you see them finally get it, and that's going to be something Brevard has to fix, because 3 possessions, back to back to back, you see guys leaking out and getting ahead of the defense. Brevard has to do a better job in their transition.
An 8-point lead for the Brevard Bobcats with under 8 minutes left to play in the third quarter. The leading scorer in the ballgame is Jace Hogan with 23 points. So,
are you shocked?
His season average, 35 points. So I guess that would be the over-under. Do we think he gets there, Alvin? I say absolutely.
Of course.
And then some.
In this quarter, probably.
Yeah. All right, he's got to turn it up a little bit. Hey, he's still got a lot of time. 8 minutes in this quarter. Fresh new 12 in the second, or in the fourth quarter. He's got time. Clark spinning into the lane and fouled.
And you see the Pride bench react in the funniest of ways to that call. But man, that was a great move by Clark. Spinning and winning, getting to the lane and getting the call. So now let's see if he can knock down these free throws to give his team a comfortable 10-point lead.
$55 to 47. 7:41 to play. We'll take some times to shoot these free throws. Clark from the stripe. Left foot towing the nail. And he makes the first one. Did you ever, when you played basketball, Alvin, did you line up the toe with the nail?
Definitely, because my shot curved a little bit from the stripe. I don't know why, but so I literally had to line it up, my right foot, my shooting hand to the nail that's always in the middle of the court, right in the front of the rim.
9-point lead for the Bobcats. Daniel into the lane, up with the left hand. That would have been beautiful, but he couldn't make it. McKay going fast in transition. Hogan to Clark, left side, and Clark couldn't put it through. Daniel the rebound. Here comes the leading scorer for the Pride. Brown to the right block, dribbling in on McKay, created some room. St. Remy, good pass down low to Daniel, and Daniel couldn't make the first one, and the second one he's fouled by Dean.
But that's a good job, just being back on defense and playing a great stout possession. However, on that initial play when he first penetrated, there was a guy on the corner. Just Brown wasn't able to look and see that because of the defense that the Bobcats put on him. But now we see Aubrey Daniel getting another attempt at the free throw line. He's shooting about 67%, so that's okay. You would like to be at around 70. Let's see if he can bang these home and get his team one step closer to getting victory.
56 to 47. Daniel from the stripe was almost perfect last game. In this game, not so perfect.
One blemish. But he does a pretty good job of feeling the game out. Late in the stretch, he'll start coming alive and making his plays. He is a basketball coach in his free time, so he loves the game. He smokes both of those. A little bit unlucky from the stripe on that possession.
St. Remy trying to make a three in the face of Thompson. And he passes ahead to Hogan. Hogan down the middle, right side. McKay, baseline take, out to Hogan. Hogan, the pump fake from beyond the arc, has that one tipped away. Clark recovers. Clark with 9 seconds on the shot clock from the right wing. Guarded by Daniel. Pass left. Hogan for three, and that's off to the right. Hogan not shooting well from beyond the arc this season, 26%. 9-point lead for the Pride, or excuse me, for the Brevard Bobcats still. St. Remy up top looking left. Now we'll go right into the lane. Blackman down low, and there's a good cut to the basket, but it couldn't be made by Brown. And here come the Brevard Bobcats pushing in transition. McKay stepping out beyond the arc, guarded by Blackman. That's a mismatch, runs right by him down low. Trey Thompson going with the reverse.
Trey Thompson doing a great job doing what he does, slashing and dashing. Look at that steal.
Clark the steal. McKay for three left side, and he couldn't put it through. The rebound by Nicholson-El, and here come the Pride going the other direction. Daniel for three. A lot of missed threes, but Greg St. Remy the putback.
And that's what you need to do if you're the Pride. You need to get back to what worked early on. That was aggressive defense, trapping, three-quarter press. You need to get back to those things. And Greg St. Remy doing a good job offensively, getting that putback up and in. They got to get more aggressive, and that was their halftime adjustment.
Hogan from the baseline was no good, and St. Remy the rebound. An interesting thing between these two teams, they actually shoot pretty much the same from beyond the arc at a 25% clip. Not too great if you ask me. Daniel, down low, fouled.
But that also is reflected in the assists per game by both of these teams. Brevard bringing it in, assisting on 23% of their shots, getting 23% or 23 assists per game, and their turnovers are about 17, so that's a iffy ratio. However, on the other end with the Pride, they're getting 18 assists a game, and they're having 20 turnovers, so a negative assist to turnover ratio, which is something that Brevard has capitalized on. Actually, both teams have capitalized on. We've seen a lot of stretches where it's just gotten real messy with turnovers. That's something both of these teams have struggled with, and it's going to be interesting to see who can capitalize more, who can get more points off of turnovers in this game. And Aubrey Daniels does a great job knocking these home, giving them a 7-point deficit, and you're going to need to see him just take over.
McKay up top, guarded by Daniel. McKay gets a screen from Clark, now going right direction. Now McKay throws it right in the white jerseys for the Brevard Bobcats, and Thompson is fouled. Pride in their black jerseys with the yellow trim, and apparently the Pride have white jerseys. I'm waiting to see those.
Yeah, we
waiting to see those.
We haven't seen the white jerseys yet.
Would love that.
Speaking of jerseys, Brevard Bobcats jerseys are done by none other than Coach Miller and the Miller brand. So when you see those fly things, just know Coach Miller can get your jerseys taken care of. Did a great job with Brevard, doing a great job with his brand. He does a lot of things with him, with his team. Look up the Miller brand if you're interested.
Thompson. Now the lead back up to 9. Under 5 minutes to play in the third. Trey Thompson with 20 points.
Wow.
Sebring averaged around 12. Now he's 20 points, and if he gets over 10 rebounds, that could probably bring him up to a double-double on the season. Missed shot from Nicholson L. Free throw line extended there. And the rebound brought down by Dexter Moore, who's seeing a lot more minutes this game. And a push on the floor. It's a good call by the officials.
Definitely. And you just see the Pride hustling, and maybe this is the catalyst to send them over the edge and go on a nice little run, because this is reminiscent of what they did in the first half. Be very aggressive in getting the calls they needed and converting when they had their opportunities.
St. Remy up top, dribbling left, one step in front of the left elbow. And Alvin, you're shaking your head. Was that not a good shot?
Great shot, just poor execution. He's getting all the looks he wants, he just can't make any of them go in. And that's what is bothersome if you're watching this basketball game.
Blackman misses that one. Hogan, left side, Moore down low from the left block. Now to Thompson. Hogan into the lane up with the left hand.
On one end you miss a shot, and on the other end James Hogan knocks it down. Brevard is having themselves a comfortable lead in this third quarter, aka the money quarter.
Ford falling down to a knee, double teamed, has it when knocked around, still double teamed, and a timeout that needed to be taken by the Pride. 62-51, the lead up to 9 for the Brevard Bobcats with under 4 minutes to play in the third.
Unbelievable.
62-51. Lead up to 11. For the Bobcats, left side, shot is off as it rolls out of bounds.
So that's something that is tough for the Pride. They're getting the looks they want, but on that one you see them not falling. But they are shooting about 24% from the three. So it's not something, those are open for a reason.
Mike Rivera wearing number 34 for the officials alongside Antar Crawley at number 41. A nice take down low there. But the crew chief for this game is Alex Vasquez wearing number 7 for our officials from Right Call Officials. Nice shot at the other end there by the Brevard Bobcats.
Definitely. McKay just so quick off the dribble, getting to the lane before anyone could react, getting it up and in. McKay does a great job for them, defensively and offensively.
The second chance putback almost not good. And now here's McKay other side. That one's stolen away. Here's Ford, other direction. Ford gets past McKay and puts it through.
That was beautiful. Picking the pocket of McKay and taking on the other end. Nice little jelly to finish it.
Brevard by 11. Hogan gets inside his own rebound, and the whistle for Hogan as he was going up for the shot.
And that's something that's biting the Pride in the tail end. They cannot get a body on a body, and that's why you're seeing all these second chance points. And that's also something that Jace Hogan and the Brevard Bobcats utilize very well. You see Trey Thompson do it. You see Jace Hogan do it. You even see Lucius McKay do it. And that's just attacking the board, staying attentive on the glass, and you see them get rewarded on this one.
Hogan from the stripe. Nice. So much fun watching a good shooter shoot.
Definitely. He goes to the free throw line. You work hard to get to the free throw line because they're free. No one's guarding you. No one's rushing you, unless you're Giannis. But
yeah,
no one's rushing. You have all the time in the world, and you have to make it.
St. Remy up with the right hand. And Thompson the rebound.
Great take, but you can't get all the way to the lane just to smoke the layup. You're down in this game. You have to start making the shots that you're given.
Dexter Moore up top. He didn't make the shot he was given
at all. But on the other end, if you're getting a three-point bomb, you know, shooting 30% from the three is acceptable. If you're shooting 30% from the block, that is not acceptable. You're not going to win basketball games like that. But let's see if they're going to turn it around in this third quarter.
McKay tried to throw that one inbounds and it was just knocked immediately out by Person.
And that's a smart angle that Person is at right now, knowing that they're trying to get something going to the basket.
Thompson, left side, McKay on a catch and shoot. And off the front iron. Abysmal shooting from beyond the arc for both these teams this game.
Definitely, but look at the Bobcats. They know they're shooting bad, so when they shoot it, they're tracing the ball, and you see Thompson get his board, and right now he's back at the free throw line. The ball has been on this side of the court for a substantial amount of time just because they're able to get their boards. So the Pride have to do a better job of getting a body on a body to get defensive rebounds because the defense doesn't end until you secure that board.
Thompson, first free throw goes up and in. Thompson last game hit one of his 4 free throws for 11 points, had 14 rebounds. And like I said, so close to averaging a double-double, but creates steals, does a lot of things off ball. Thompson actually an early candidate for Defensive Player of the Year in the FBA. His team leading by 14 here in the third with under 2 minutes to play. Person dribbling left to step back on Moore. And Cody Hendricks, who's now seeing time in the ball game with the rebound.
That's a great move. Great job getting into a package. Good look. However, that's something that the Pride wanted to rectify, and that's one-on-one basketball. Not too many people touch the ball in that possession, and you saw a miss.
Hendricks airballs the three. Terrible three-point shooting.
Terrible. However, that was only his first miss, so he right now is shooting 66% from behind the arc. He's someone you want to be shooting from downtown.
Blocking foul on the defense.
And that's something that they have to start doing, getting very aggressive. And you see them doing it, however, you need to see them do it better because they're getting aggressive, however, they're not finishing their takes. So you want to see them start throwing their body and getting the contact so that they can get to the line and hopefully start knocking home these free throws and go on a run and see some stuff fall and let that build their confidence.
St. Remy in and out on the first free throw. Alvin, I just saw your whole aura kind of sink there. What's up?
In the third quarter, in a game like this, you know you're down, shots aren't falling, you get to the free throw line, it's what you want, but then you miss the free throws. It's kind of like watching Paul George with 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. You miss huge free throws, and you realize how bad it is for your team. Greg is splitting his free throws typically, and that's something you need to fix, because free throws, you should be about 70% and upwards. So I get it, it's hard, but man, winning is hard too.
I mean, there's also something has to be said about the mentality of, you know, a winner and making free throws late, because a lot of free throws is just mental. It's repetition.
Definitely.
It's doing the same thing over and over again, and sometimes the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and thinking you're going to get a different result, aka Giannis from the free throw strike.
Taking 35 seconds just to miss. Great job right there on that possession, and you need to see more of that. With the left hand, offhand, kissing it off the glass, getting it in. They need to do that more and more and more, and hopefully get a defensive stop here.
Thompson clanks the shot down low. Now Person lining up a three left side, and he misses that one.
Good job getting the offensive board, though, by Ford.
A lot of threes taken and not a lot of threes made, and a foul down low on that left block.
That's something that's very interesting. That's a very good point, Jesse. Knowing that you're shooting 24% from the three and you're still taking them when you're down in the game is very interesting mindset. However, if you take them, you have to be aggressive, and that's what Brevard's doing. They're still taking the three because you still need to spread the court out and get those shots up. However, knowing that you're struggling from beyond the arc, you have to have your guys in place to get the offensive boards, because then you could get another shot or another look or get inside the lane, get free throw extended jump shots that could get points on the board as he smokes the last free throw.
Laurie lining up another three, and that one didn't go in. There's got to be something to be said about basketball IQ at this point. None of your shots from beyond the arc are falling. Don't shoot the three.
They're not falling, and you don't have anybody in place to get the board. It's all white jerseys in the lane, and you shoot a three. Somehow they got the board, but then if they weren't able to control it to get points on the board, so it didn't really work.
Jack Seville has that one dribble off of the rim and in. 2 seconds on the game clock as Lloyd almost falls down, and the final shot of the third quarter will not go in. A 12-point lead for the Brevard Bobcats going into the fourth. Can the Pride pull off something here in the fourth and maybe start making some threes? We'll find out in just a sec.
World where one girl goes on endless adventures, gives you unbelievable toy unboxings, does insane food challenges, and plays way too much Roblox. It's L's Adventures. Subscribe now. Do it. Why not?
Holy cow, it's Nova Rex, the 80s legends. I want the keto. I want the double Diablo. Cheddar bacon.
I'll take a double cheeseburger with extra cheese.
To go! Here you go, boy. Hey guys, I play a little guitar myself. How about me joining the band? Show us what you got, man. What's up, dudes? What do you think?
Yeah, man, it's pretty good, but you need more hair.
But the Mooyah burgers were great. Mooyah burgers rock!
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner and streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
We got one more quarter of action for you here. Jesse O and Alvin Delvey bringing you the FBA quadruple header. There's a steal by Ford, and Ford laying it in to bring the lead back within 10.
And that's what you need to do for the Pride. Great job recognizing what move he was doing and just being aggressive. Ford is having himself a game.
Down low, Clark drawing a lot of contact on the shot and making a contested two.
Definitely there was some contact there. Ref didn't feel like it was enough to blow the whistle, but just a phenomenal take by Clark.
Ford hitting the first three in the second half.
Ford wants to win. Ford is putting it all on the line. He has 3 steals, hit a 3 right there, and coming out in the fourth quarter swinging.
Honestly, it feels so good to see a 3 finally go in, and Clark is fouled down low.
And Clark, the biggest body on the court, that is going to be something they need to utilize. Interesting that the Pride don't have Blackman in to really battle beat for beat, size for size, so Clark may have himself a field day on the block. Devontae Clark, that is, not Darius.
A 3 finally went in, Alvin.
I know. I didn't think we were going to see it. I didn't think we were going to see it. Not at all.
I'm confused. Are we still watching the same game?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And Ford is bringing him in at about 29%. However, he also didn't shoot that many threes today. Knowing what he brings to the table, knowing where the game is going, he only shot one when he felt hot. And Clark smokes both of those, which is going to be huge if the Pride can really capitalize on it.
Fourth quarter free throw misses are what decides a lot of these close games. Ford, Nicholson-El, over Jace Hogan.
And Ford is having himself a game. That play was made because of Ford getting into lane. Look at him right there, getting a steal. Ford is going crazy right now.
Branch, left side, one step in from beyond the arc. And the Pride still not shooting well from long distance. The Pride touched it last before it went out of bounds.
Wow, I'm really loving the play by Alex Ford. You see him battling with Jace Hogan, who outweighs him by like 50 pounds and got like 6 inches on him, but he's battling with him on the block, really doing all he can to get this Pride team the dub.
Almost a steal there by the Pride. Hogan down low, Sherrod Dean. That one just rims out, and St. Remy the rebound.
Sherrod Dean wants to foul on that one.
St. Remy inside to Daniel, and Daniel, the leading scorer, kisses the backboard.
And that's what basketball is. Alex Ford being the initiator, getting things done early, and then Aubrey Daniels saying, if you can do it, I can do it too. Getting a nice 2 to fall in.
Hogan wanted a foul there as he fell down to the ground. St. Remy in transition from the left block, trying to find some room. It just bounces out. Nicholson-El the rebound. His second chance is good. James Nicholson-El with 14 points. His team trails now only by 4. 9.5 minutes to play in the fourth. The Pride are on a run.
right there, we are seeing the Pride go on a phenomenal run on the back of Alex Ford, Aubrey Daniel, and James Nicholson L. Everyone who is on the Pride right now on the court, give the ball to those three names I just named. If you are not Aubrey Daniel, Alex Ford, or James Nicholson L, you should not be shooting the basketball early on in the shot clock. Great job by those three guys just being tenacious defensively and turning it into offense.
Chase Hogan up top, guarded by St. Remy. Now down low, Devontae Clark into the lane, no good. And here comes Daniel going the other way for the Pride. Left side, Ford for three, good! Ford brings the lead down to 1 for the Bobcats.
Alex Ford is having a game right now. 2 threes, and it all came in the fourth quarter, and another steal. Alex Ford is on one.
Daniel into the lane from the left block, spinning Nicholson L. Now from the left elbow, and the Pride take the lead.
The last 4 buckets came from Alex Ford and Nicholson L. Alex Ford from beyond the arc, Nicholson L from the free throw extended jumper. Brevard is reeling right now.
72-71, 8.5 minutes to play in the fourth. The Pride are up, their morale is up, their energy is up, and Branch could not cash the baseline jumper.
Move the ball to Aubrey Daniels, Alex Ford, and Nicholson L. Those are the only guys who should be shooting right now.
Hogan down low from the left block, couldn't get that one to fall.
Look at this. You love this 2-1 break.
Ford again for 3. And that one just clanks off the back iron. It looked good coming out of his hand.
That's a heat check. He just hit 2 huge threes in the fourth. You accept that.
Down low, a foul called for Darius Clark, and he'll go to the line.
And that's, I understand you gotta go up and contest that one, but that's a tough foul because if he makes these free throws and they go on a run, that would be very detrimental because so far in the past 2 minutes, Brevard has not scored. It's just been all Pride, all Aubrey Daniels, all Alex Ford, and all James Nicholson L doing it on both ends and turning it into offense, and they found themselves a late push, which is very uncharacteristic, Jesse. We are not used to seeing the Pride being in a close game in the fourth quarter and going on a run in the fourth quarter, so very uncharacteristic for this team. However, you have some guys playing very well.
So here comes Clark from the free throw stripe.
And Clark brings it in at about 70% from the free throw line, and that's what you want if you're a basketball player. You want to be around the 70 percentile and up, and Clark doing a good job of that.
Clark going 6 of 9 from the free throw line in their last win against Gainesville. Had 8 points in that game. Didn't make a 3. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block. Oh, late game free throws, Alvin, when your team is trailing by 1.
Every free throw matters, and right now, he missed that first one, and they haven't scored yet, so there's still a lid on the basket in this fourth quarter, and this is very uncharacteristic. Brevard, once again, typically brings in about 113 points a game, and right now you see them at 72, looking more like the Pride that typically brings in about 90 points a game.
Branch going underneath, and Branch with the reverse.
Great take by Branch.
74-72, ball tipped over around near us and knocked out of bounds.
Look at the pressure the Pride is bringing on. You see them getting on them early and forcing a turnover on that one. Right now they're bringing back Lucius McKay to slow things down and speed things up because he knows exactly when to do which. Lucius McKay is going to have to really control this game. They got a lot of IQ guys on Brevard. They got Trey Thompson in. They got Clark in. They got Sherrod Deanan, who hit that big shot in the fourth quarter in their last game. They got Jace Hogan in as well. So Brevard is trying to really find a way to get this thing in their favor, and let's see if they can do that.
(74-72). A 2-point lead for the Pride. Here's the inbounds to Greg St. Remy up top with 7.5 minutes to play in the fourth. St. Remy going towards the left. There's the 3-2 zone defense by the Bobcats. And look at Branch on the left side saying yes, sir, in front of Darius Clark's face.
Wow. And look at the defense that this brings. Great pass, though.
Clark down low and a blocking foul on Branch.
You just love this basketball. Very poised in the face of a double team, throws a full court bomb, and Clark gets the and one. And now you see the tensions are flaring. It is tit for tat right now, a 2-point game, and everyone is going crazy. You have the Pride going crazy because they're on a run, and now Brevard is answering the call. Trey Thompson loves it, Clark loves it, and most of all, MJ Miller loves it, and I know the fans watching are loving it. Stay tuned to find out what's going to happen.
Hey, Alvin, do you love it?
I love it, Jesse. We're seeing a great game in the fourth quarter. I'm feeling good. Fedora Mark King is feeling good. Jerry's feeling good wherever he is.
Yeah, wherever Jerry is. We miss Jerry.
We miss Jerry.
Hi, miss Jerry.
we all miss Jerry.
It's not a beautiful Sunday afternoon without Jerry. The birds,
they're chirping.
Yeah. We need Jerry. That's all right. Mark King on hand with us today as our producer and director, and doing a great job as always, just on hand helping everything out. Stay tuned for the Jesse and Alvin production show, which happens to come on the Sunday night game of the week, so oh boy, there's something to look forward to, y'all. And Clark couldn't make the free throw. McKay, Sharadine right side three, and he clanks it off the front.
Wow, missing the free throw in this situation. You still have a lot of basketball to play. However, that does something to your confidence.
Daniel the pump fake, now inside. Daniel creating the room as it rolls down and in. A 4-point lead for the Pride.
Beautiful hop step into the lane to get that up and in. He is definitely a professional player. Virgin Islands national team is a proud watcher right now.
Clark down low, has that one tipped around and away. Daniel the steal, Daniel down low. Nicholson-El one dribble, and it's blocked by McKay. Daniel couldn't make the play up. Daniel again with the left hand, and now the lead up to 6 with 6:15 to go in the fourth. And a timeout needs to be taken on the floor. What a run by the Pride in the fourth, something we're not used to seeing. This 0-5 team making a push for their first win of the season.
And right now we are watching the Pride go crazy in the fourth quarter, and the Brevard Bobcats are reeling. How can Brevard respond to this onslaught the Pride has brought on?
Dean down low, getting through the lane. Still a cup on the lid of the basket. And Trey Thompson couldn't pull that one down. Nicholson a rebound and a push out of bounds by Trey Thompson. The Brevard Bobcats, what is happening?
We just witnessed 3 smoked layups on the block with 5 minutes left in this game. And the Pride have been able to really will their way. And this is the tale of the underdog versus the guy who has the big hand. So Brevard, everyone thought that Brevard was just going to wipe the floor with the Pride. At least that's what I thought. But then the Pride have done a great job of just staying in this game, making plays when they needed to make plays, and right now forcing Brevard to do a lot more soul-searching than they're used to doing. And when you're doing soul-searching, tensions are flaring. You're seeing different sides of people that you're not used to seeing. So right now, Brevard is just trying to find a way to get a bucket. And you just witnessed 3 attempts in the block, unsuccessful. So we're watching the Brevard reel right now. And we're going to see what they're made of if they can find a way to come back.
Just look at the morales on both of the teams. Brevard is quiet. The Pride are up and chattery. It's so interesting to see a 6-point lead and a momentum change completely in this ball game. Daniel, the pump fake, out beyond the arc, pulls up from the right elbow, off front iron, Hogan the rebound, and let's see if Brevard can go on a little bit of a run here.
So much basketball to play.
Thompson down low, blocked by Daniel. Here comes Brown. Full court pass down to Remy. St. Remy up with the right hand in the lead, up to 8.
Wow. I have no words. Aubrey Daniels is playing lights out on both ends of the court, right there getting a huge block, which led to a quick 2 points, and they have an 8-point lead with 5:13 left in the game. This is uncharted waters for the Pride.
So a foul there on Aubrey Daniel. Here comes McKay up top.
They need to do something. Get into a lane and let your stars shine.
Chase Hogan to the right side. Sherrod Dean, right elbow. And Thompson tried to come down with the rebound. And a foul on the floor.
Good job moving the ball. You got a good look by Sherrod Dean, just not able to knock it home. And you got Trey Thompson cleaning it up, being the glass cleaner that he is, utilizing his body and getting a board, and now they get another attempt at the goal.
5 team fouls now on the Pride. So Brevard's in the bonus for the rest of the game, and maybe they need to see a few free throws to go in just to know that they can actually make a shot. They've been on a scoring drought for the last 5 minutes of gameplay.
Well, if they would have made their free throws, they wouldn't be in this drought. But they're typically shooting at around 64% as a team. So not where you want to be. However, you have a lot of guys who've done this before. Trey Thompson is used to being in these situations. He is a 3-time male athlete of the year. So being in a situation like this is where he thrives. He loves competition, and right there misses the free throw. So it is just this side of the court is just bad luck, because you witness everyone who's shooting on the left side just can't get it to fall.
And Trey Thompson finally breaks their scoring drought, now has 21 points in the ball game, but his team is trailing by 7 with under 5 minutes to play, and Brevard has not had this kind of momentum change happen to them in a while. Branch down low to St. Remy, double team, gets over the double team, probably a bad shot, but St. Remy pulls down the rebound, and he's now out beyond the arc, and will slow things down.
Gotta move that ball around. You have 2 guys on you, and you see that you're surrounded. You have a guy in Aubrey Daniel who's hot right now, just alone at the 3.
Brown off the mark on the left. And Branch tried to save that one from going out of bounds. Touched it last before it rolled out. It's Brevard ball.
So not the best possession for the Pride, but the Bobcats have not figured out a way to crack this Pride defense. You see them right now getting them early, and that's what's causing them so much trouble.
McKay to the right, Darius Clark. Couple dribbles towards the left now. Goes into the right corner. McKay towing the line for a 3. And it's off to the right. And Thompson the putback. And Thompson was so electric earlier with those putbacks. They just gotta create some room for him to go.
Definitely. They were able to put a body on him now, really made that their focal point, and that's kind of stalled some of his putback attempts.
St. Remy, the bounce pass down low, and Brown couldn't get the layup to fall. What are you thinking?
Smokes the layup on a great dive, great look, and not that much pressure. You have to make those if you're the Pride.
Dean into the lane, couldn't get that one to fall either. Brevard just can't make a shot.
Nothing's working. If you get to the lane and you can't make that, or you get fouled, you can't make your free throws, it's just going to be very hard to win against a team that is just itching to get their first win. And you don't want to be the team that gives the team their first win.
McKay throws it up top to Hogan, guarded by Nicholson out beyond the arc. Man-to-man defense. Hogan from right up top, and he couldn't hit it.
Definitely soul searching on this. And Brevard is trying to do things that we aren't accustomed to seeing them doing. Not everyone's touching the ball, so they got to get back to really utilizing their team as they did in the first half.
St. Remy, a bad shot down on the left side.
Horrible shot.
Clark finally is able to find his way into the lane and puts it through. Darius Clark now with 8 points. His team trailing by 3.
Now things get interesting. You got Alex Ford, who's not touching the ball right now, who literally was the one who brought you this lead.
Nicholson L inside left side. Branch a pump fake now, trying to get around Dean. Down low, falls down to the ground, and stepped out of bounds.
So right there on that possession, the Stars were not able to get the ball. Alex Ford did not touch the ball in that possession, ended in a turnover. So straying away from the path that led them to victory early on in this game. And now let's see what Brevard can do with this opportunity that's been presented to them.
Clark, right side into Hogan. Hogan trying to make a shot over Nicholson L, and he just couldn't get it to fall. Hogan is cold.
And that's something no one is used to seeing. Typically brings in about 38 points a game. So you're not hearing Hogan and cold in the same sentence. It's not something we're used to.
Ford is on fire. The fadeaway jumper is good. He's got 18 points. His team's back up by 5. That's a big shot hit by Alex Ford.
Alex Ford is a gamer, bona fide gamer. As we're watching right now, ball in his hands, let him work.
The timeout taken on the floor. 1:43 stands between their Pride and their first victory of the season. Will they get it? Stick with us here. This is only game 1 of our quadruple header in our Sunday FBA matinee.
Unbelievable.
And for the Pride, the only answer has been Nicholson L, Aubrey Daniel, and Richard Branch brought in a little bit, but the main tail of the tape is Alex Ford. Every time something goes wrong offensively, it's because Alex Ford hasn't touched the ball. The last turnover was he didn't touch the ball. But when on the last possession you just witnessed, he gets a great shot and it goes up and in. So if you are the Pride, you have to give him the ball and let him decide what to do with it. Whether he dumps it off to Nicholson L, dumps it to Aubrey Daniel, whatever. Give him the ball. He has earned it in this game. Doing a great job defensively. He has 3 steals. He got a block, hustling all over the court. You have to let him dictate the rest of these 2 minutes.
So here's Nicholson L. Looking towards Ford, now goes towards the right. In on Hogan. Has that one blocked, and it's tapped out of bounds by Hogan.
And right there, I'm okay with Nicholson L doing something because you need your guys who's hot to touch the ball.
Ford from the right side of the basket. Nicholson L, catch and shoot on the right side. Nicholson L brings the lead back to 7 for the Pride.
Huge shot by Nicholson L.
Lucius McKay slicing and dicing into the lane.
So smooth with the rock, able to get exactly where he needs to get, and they're putting pressure on him early.
5-point lead, catch and shoot Nicholson L. And that one just rims out. Ball's tipped around. Clark recovers, pass ahead to Hogan. McKay with a 5-point deficit, and he's just strong on the 3. Hogan down low, no good. Thompson again to Hogan, and he's tapped away. Dean into the lane, down to Hogan, and Hogan is fouled. And so many chances for the Brevard Bobcats.
This is just frustrating for the Brevard Bobcats. They cannot get anything to fall. They're getting the looks that they want. They're getting their offensive possessions. And yes, there's contact, but you still want to see them finish regardless of whether the refs call the call or not. And that's where the frustrations have really been boiling from, because when you're down low banging down there, you're accustomed to getting calls a certain way, but then when it comes down to the stretch, things typically, they let you play a little bit. So realizing that and knowing that you have to fight through that contact to make that bucket is what Brevard's gonna have to do, and then you're gonna have to turn on the other end and play great defense.
So it's an 86-82 ball game with 50 seconds left to go.
Oh man, missed free throws is what's killing them right now. They're down 4, and just in the 4th quarter, they've missed 8.
Blackman is fouled, so Brevard now resorting to fouling with 41 seconds on the game clock.
The good thing about this, though, is you're fouling guys who aren't necessarily going to kill you from the free throw, because Blackman's shooting at about 33%, and as a whole, the Pride shoot at about 53%. So the game isn't over yet.
And Brevard has a lot of fouls to give,
which is good because that means they're playing some solid defense, but it's bad when you come down to this, because now time's going to be just dribbling down rather than you being able to just foul real quick and get the free throws to get the ball back.
Branch, Daniel, right corner.
And on that is a huge defensive possession. The trap worked, and they were able to get the ball back without utilizing a foul.
So 35 seconds left to go. And a full timeout taken here on the floor. And we'll be right back.
Burgers, fries, and shakes Oviedo Mall. Best burger you'll ever eat. It's worth the drive.
And right now, we are witnessing something that we never thought was going to happen. We see the defeated team beating one of the better teams in the league in Brevard Bobcats. They did a great job of just holding them to play the game that the Pride wanted them to play. The score looks exactly like the Pride typically scored 90 points. Right now, it's 82-86. This is very uncharacteristic for the Bobcats. However, they still have a lot of time to do what needs to be done.
Last game against Gainesville, Brevard shot 29% from beyond the arc. And Clark misses that one. That one's tipped around. Blackman the rebound, a 4-point lead. And Another foul to give for Brevard. So sweltering in the heat of the game right now is Brevard with under 30 seconds left to play. They need to do some soul searching here.
Definitely need to do some soul searching. And also, you have to get quick looks, but then you have to be tenacious on the offensive glass like they usually are. On that one, just not able to corral the rebound at the most crucial moment.
The inbound to Daniel. Over to St. Remy on the far side. He is fouled.
St. Remy typically splits them, so that's a very good foul. Actually, everyone is fair game except for Aubrey Daniel, which brings it in at about 67%, but typically everyone outside of that is shooting less than 50% from the free throw line. So you're in great shape if you're Brevard. You can really foul anyone.
St. Remy shooting the one-on-one.
That's clutch. That is a clutch shot by St. Remy.
You know, we were talking about it earlier. Who can hit free throws late down the stretch? And whoever can probably is going to win this ball game. Look at St. Remy there.
Ice in his veins, knocking down both of those free throws with less than a minute in this game.
McKay trying to draw a foul on the three and completely airballed it.
That is a tough shot. Hard look, moving forward. Feet wasn't set. Wanted the foul, but was not bailed out on that one. And now the game just looks out of reach.
88-82 with 18 seconds left to play. Full court pass down to Branch, and Branch will put it through, and that will pretty much solidify the salt in the wound. Hogan for three left wing, and he airballed that one. And now Daniel is going to dribble this one out. And how about this? The completely defeated team is no longer defeated. They came in completely underestimated and come out as victors. And in the 90-82 game, we'll take a break and come back for the post-game show. Alvin and I will have a recap of the game, and we'll preview Game 2 of this quadruple header here in our FBA Sunday matinee.
At Envy Labs, we build web applications that start with an idea. They move through strategy and need an outside eye ahead of wireframes and technical specifications. There's design and layout and functionality, but there's also performance, things like accessibility and data visualization. It all comes together for what ultimately is a successful launch. Over the past decade, Envy Labs has built platforms that pair things like data and sports or environmental science. We've built technical training platforms around data science and around network administration, and we've bootstrapped and sold our own product. We are a temporary CTO and an outside specialist in strategy, design, and development. It takes a lot to go from idea to launched web application, but it's all right there in our name. Reach out to hello@envylabs.com and let's take a look at your idea together.
Fries and shakes Oviedo Mall. Best burger you'll ever eat. It's worth the drive.
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner and streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
Wow, what a game. Welcome into the post-game show. Jesse O, that's Alvin Delvey, and Alvin, the victors in this game were in very improbable fashion the Pride, who came in at 0-5 and now leave with their first win of the season. They win this one 90-82. Your player of the game.
That's very easy. It's Alex Ford, hands down. He played phenomenal. He came in the game and just got 3 steals in the game and just made the first threes in the fourth quarter, did it all in the fourth quarter, played phenomenal from top to finish, offense, defense. He facilitated. Great job by Alex Ford. We want to see them build on his presence.
He had 18 points in that game, and he was the leading scorer for the Pride to propel them to a very fun-to-watch victory. On the other side, the Brevard Bobcats lose this one. Jace Hogan, the second leading scorer in the FBA, had 28 points, but it was all for naught. But what does Brevard have to do in order to win their next game next week?
So they have to find a way to get their stars shining, even in the face of tough defense. So the Pride did a great job of showing them their weaknesses on offense and what that means to them. So as long as they can get their guys involved and play their brand of basketball in the face of, regardless of who they're playing, and not sink to the level of their opponent and be shocked how we were all shocked today, they'll be in great hands.
So both teams with another game 2 weeks from now. We're off 4th of July weekend, but both will play July 11th. The Brevard Bobcats have the first game there. They have game 1 again of a quadruple header against the Claremont Crocs, and the Pride will take on the Gainesville Mighty Oaks in game 2. Well, that was game 1 of our quadruple header. Game 2 features the Winter Park Storm, who come in at 2-4, and the St. Pete Tide, who are 4-1. That's coming up next, so stay tuned for the pregame show there. This is the FBA on YouTube and Facebook Live, presented by Poly Wealth Management.